Krishna, please add this to the vote of thanks. Add it in the vote of thanks. This will come up also. Okay, now that we've all got a copy, by popular demand or anybody else's demand, would anybody else be interested in this book? And should we make more copies? Anybody want to speak for? And anybody want to speak against? Yes? But, Kasturi, if we are going to do another edition, is it for ourselves, for the general public, for sale, or for who? Yes. So, you agree? Okay, proposed by Krishna, seconded by a whole lot of ladies here, and since I'm biased towards the lady, this proposal is on the floor. They suggest, they suggest we do not have another edition of this book. Do you agree? All put your hands up. Thank you. Anybody against? No. Anybody against? Now a point of clarification, Raju.
In the reflections, Bhaktad and I have agreed to transcribe it and make it available on the web for people to edit it so that they can learn from each other. Because many.
Thank you, Raju. One more for the vote of thanks. We're going to make a list of all the people. Raju, we're going to thank you for that. But thank you for the offer. No, seriously, thank you. Right? Yes, John. Mine has been autographed by Susie, but not by Sam. Why?
There's a page where there's a call for interview. You're supposed to write your name there. You're supposed to write your group of observers below that. And there's a page where you get that blue certificate from the college. You're supposed to write your name there.
Okay.
And then if you flip the pages, there's a place for the group photograph of today. Then you flip some more, there's a place for autographs. You can get everybody to sign it.
So Susie's done some more introduction to the book. If you want other people's autographs, please send it around and collect. If you want those people, the donors who very gratefully, graciously have given us this book, we can ask them.
Phone numbers are wrong. If there are any corrections,
That can be then put on the website with the correct file. We can have you both sitting over there signing autographs of the books you published and distributed. Right, we've got them organized. Okay, we're moving fast before we... Yes? Okay, this is thank you for coming. Here's all the people who have to give money, including me. Okay? Okay, I don't know. Thank you, but now you know who it is and she's outside? Okay. And if anybody would like to leave now and give your money, don't hesitate. But you have to come back for the vote of thanks, huh? Right, third item on the agenda, another gift we've got is the songbook. A lot of hard work, lovely songs. I wish I had been in Yelagiri to sing them. Some of them bring me back to my childhood, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to talk about my childhood. But a songbook, what should we do with it? Do you think it'll be of value? Yes? No, not just okay. You take the mic.
Thank you. Okay, when this songbook idea started, actually, there were two components. Where's Susie? Okay, so there's the religious part and there's the rubbish part. So when it actually started on the net and then it became a hard copy. And when that was happening, I was asked to get the old Treva Marshall songbook, which is produced by the Alumni Association. And this would be a kind of a second edition of that. When I went to the alumni office, I realized that's out of print. They do have most of the material on the computer, and the alumni office has been thinking about bringing out a new version of that. They had one copy of the old one for reference. So They also have a lot of songs which people have suggested be added. They're all on bits and pieces of paper. Every time the alumni get together, somebody wants something added. So there are these scraps of paper with words of songs written. I think they just need somebody to pull it all together. And for them, again, the issue is the cost of publication. So as you'll hear on Saturday, there is one school of thought that wants everything only online, including the alumni directory with the addresses and phone numbers, the alumni songbook, and that's the younger generation. And there are people, about half starting in our batch and moving backwards, who want a piece of paper to hold in their hands. So I think a decision will be made on Saturday. And at that time, because I went in and I wanted the old songbook, and then Faliz was supposed to write a foreword to our songbook, so he wanted to know what was in the Trevor Marshall version. So I got not the song part of it, not the actual contents, but the dedications, and there were a series of things written about Trevor Marshall herself, by people who knew her. Most of which doesn't make sense to any of us because she was not around when we came in. So somewhere along the line, Trevor Marshall fell out of the songbook. Right, Susie? It's not the Trevor Marshall songbook anymore. At all, so that's right. So the thing is now, so when I spoke to the Alumni Association office bearers, they are keen that this becomes part of the input into the new songbook, but whether it will be an online version only or a print copy is a decision that will be made on Saturday. So we have to decide whether we're holding on to copyright of this or we want to share it with the other alumni.
Okay. What I suggest is, this is a book for our batch. Now, if the Alumni Association wants to take some of the book songs from here, because these are publicly available songs, except for the ones on Joyce, they are, because we have no copyright on that, but they can put their own book together. Is that all right? Okay? Now, if you're in favor, you will come to the alumni meeting on Saturday and vote for that. Tell it as it is and make sure they don't take. Yes? Bhaktara? Oh. Listen, I will remember it here, and Joyce and I, between us, will control the class. Nobody will question our decision. Okay? The first decision is Vinod in charge of finances, and Thelma will help him. Under that item, we've taken Faliz Munaz's donation later. Auto Sketch, this book is for us and would not be reprinted. The next item was the songbook. That again, yeah. Thank you for that. And then the songbook, another gift from Simon Susie, again is for us. And if the alumni wants to use it, things that are available in the public arena, they can use and decide how they're going to do it. Is that okay? No, that's for Bhaktaraj. He can volunteer. He's an alumni. Shh. You can't control him. Huh? Okay. Hey, you're in popular demand. All these girls are fine. Now I know why you didn't bring your wife. Okay, next item. I know. Website. 1964 batch will have a website. Faliz and Bhaktaraj will you want to speak on that?
I have some ideas, and I'll pass it by each of you, and we'll let you know details in the near future. Okay.
So, I offer to make available for the 1964 batch a website that is dedicated to us. Faliz and Bhaktaraj will take that forward, and we can contribute in different kinds of way, and other work done by them. Thank you very much for all the work you've done already. Will be done for that. Okay? Now, Faliz Munaz's donation. Would you like to say something about it before we throw it over to the whole hall? Okay, Vinod, do you want to explain? Okay. Passing the buck around. Okay, while they're making up their mind who's going to explain it, what is the question? Okay, I think the question, Vinod, is two questions. This donation, is it a donation to the class? And if it's in pounds, are there any liabilities and responsibilities for bringing the money in to India? Am I correct? Sam, that kind of question is in your mind. Could you help us to understand? Because Faliz is not here.
I had a heart-to-heart chat with him this morning because the matter was coming up for discussion. So he said that money is for the reunion because he thought that there would be a deficit, because he thought we were going to a fancy place and a lot of the people may not have money. He wanted to put in that money. But he said if it is going to be used for the project, he wants to be in the discussion. And
I don't think you're talking any project just now yet.
yeah, but he said the money is primarily for the reunion.
And
We convert it into rupees because the reunion is in India.
$1,500 have been converted into rupees.
and where are the rupees?
They are with me.
Okay, is that helpful?
And how much is left of
I
that?
have a question. Do we need
We don't know the deficit situation yet. And maybe after knowing that so much money is available, those of us who are still here on Saturday can go for a really good party. Thanks to Faliz. Seriously.
Agenda for which we need that money.
What is that?
Can it be just private? Or there is an item that we discussed with Joyce and with Susie and which
So you want to keep it private?
yes, about $500 we need that for
Okay.
particular.
So the main thing is from the point of view of Faliz's
Donation, in the spirit of the purpose for which the donation is gone, since you and Joyce and the organizing committee are managing the reunion, you can decide what in the reunion needs money and spend it accordingly. Is that okay with everybody? Yes, but
that is available and will tell us on Friday or Sunday how it's going. Because I don't think we can decide.
unless we have proposals here.
Go ahead.
I defer to the three of you making the decision. From the last 3 days, there has been so much underlying distress and discord that I personally have felt some sense of obligation to whoever is giving this money, in this case police. And I would like not to feel obliged to anybody. If we have a shortfall, I would like for us to vote on whether this group wants to make it up, rather than to feel indebted to police. And for police to be frustrated that after he made the donation, we are all doing something contrary to what he might have had in mind.
Meena, I understand your point, but the money has already come and it's in his hand for this donation. But other people have also given donations, if you look at that list, over and above their expenses. So let's us decide that if there's a huge deficit, not necessary to go. Yes, Kasturi?
where that money can be given back to him so that he can give it to some other project or thing? No, I don't think you have.
No, I think if you don't mind, you look after that money and you tell us what you're doing
With it. Shh, one at a time.
Thing is, rather than feel obliged to police, if we could pay up that $500, that's what you're suggesting. Meena, is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
That
No, she suggested the 1,000 or
500.
$500. But
Initially, Raju and Joyce and Susie and this was a time when this was being planned. We thought that some of the people who work in the mission hospital will not be able to attend. Okay, they may not have all this money to be spent by them. Therefore, it was floated this thought. Could there be some kind of a donation to put into the kitty to pay for them? Then it became evident that many of them were not coming forward and saying, I need the money. Okay? Therefore, it was embarrassing. By then, police volunteered and opted to pay something like $5,000. Am I right, sir? You know, $5,000?
Joseph, you're right.
Okay, so $5,000 he said, I'm giving for his group. Then, because some of you probably are not aware, and then why only 1,500 is coming now? It's not because of he wants to only give 1,500. It was a question of transferring this money.
Yeah.
How is this money going to be transferred? Whose account is this going into? So there was a lot of discussion on that. Okay. So now 1,500 was because we know that to go to Rotterdam, and a friend of Ali gave him that equivalent of 1,500. If you ask Ali today, he's going to transfer you all the $5,000. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, right.
Yes, he's going to transfer all the $5,000. So let us talk in terms of $5,000. Are here with us with the core group, and what do you do with that $5,000? Because anybody, I think, other than one or two people, everybody has paid their own money. I don't think anybody is there who has to pay the money. Is it? Can
No, I think let's not go into that if you don't think.
Why is that?
I don't think we should know who has paid their money.
Can I, sir, very strong, you've been very
helpful, because I didn't notice 5,000. Then we go back to Mina's point, then let us not accept any more money to be brought over here. 1,500 has reached India. Even that, Mina says, why do we need it? Am I correct?